Hello and welcome to my newest video. My name is Leah. I don't think I've told you that before, but now you know. I like to be a little private, but whatever, that's my name. Hi. So I'm here to talk about my sort of plans for 2026. I don't really have goals as I did last year. Last year, if you don't know, I was on a journey to finish off all of my ongoing whips and works in progress, all my whips, knitting and crochet, all my yarny things, because I just felt like they had overgrown. I just had too many. They were stressing me out. I didn't enjoy crafting anymore, and so I made a list of 24 items that I wanted to finish off Frog, which were like all of the things, and I almost succeeded. I think I did succeed. I did not finish all Frog, absolutely everything, but I did reach my goals, and my goals were to tidy up, to free myself of all the old whips that I was just, dragging with me from year to year to year, thinking that, oh, maybe one day I'll finish it. And it just didn't work for me anymore. So in terms of that, I really met my goals. But it was a rough year. It was all not very fun all the time. But I did get a lot done. This minute. So last year, hold on, I made 14 sweaters and tops. 14. Might not be a lot to some. It's a lot for me because I'm used to just starting new projects and not finishing quite as many, So 14 of those, 14 sweaters and tops. I made 3 large-ish shawls and scarves, like a huge shawl. I did the mystery knit along with Stephen West, and I made an Aeolian shawl for a gift, and I finished a crochet mesh plaid type scarf for myself. I made 2.5 blankets. I did the Mile a Minute blanket, which I gifted this Christmas. I made the Bohemian Oasis, which has been a work in progress since 2018, and I just finished it here in the beginning of this year, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And the half a blanket, that was my the temperature blanket that I quit making because temperature projects are just not for me. I figured out. So I still have the squares for that, and some of them I joined, and I'm not really counting that as a work in progress right now because it doesn't take up space in my mind. I'm like, whatever. I have some crochet granny squares. I'll deal with them at some point, use them for something, or give them to someone else. Who cares? I don't. I finished 2 latch hook pillows. I actually really enjoy doing latch hook projects, so I made one for myself and one for my nephew, a sort of a jokey Christmas present. And both they take time as well. And then I did all sorts of various things like accessories, ornaments, and stuffed toys. So this has left me feeling several feelings at once, or one after another. Because in the beginning of the year, when I was about to finish the huge blanket project for myself, my creativity and my creative thoughts started bubbling again, and that felt so great because that has always been a huge part of me. All the ideas firing, and you just want to do all the things. And I love that feeling. I truly do. And that was my mission, to get that back. And I did. But instead of just acting on it all the time, I was like, okay, I love that I'm feeling this right now. But that doesn't mean that I have to start on the project. So I've been practicing all year last year, just whenever I get an idea, just write it down in my notes app or in a notebook. And just, it's fun to go back and see, all the ideas that I had, and being like, oh, I'm glad I didn't start that, or oh, I actually did start that and I did finish that, and or oh, I've forgotten about that. Maybe I could do that for my next project or something like that. It's a really nice thing. Just write it down, get it somewhat out of your system, and then come back to it at a later time. But I've also been feeling like tired. I've had project fatigue, or like just like yarn fatigue, because like one of my goals was also to come back to the feeling of like enjoy making just because I enjoy making, and not because I have a goal of X, Y, Z. But obviously I felt like I needed to have all of those goals in order for me to get a clean slate, and just a new starting off point, if that makes any sense. It did to me, and it does make sense to me. Right now I'm just in a sort of a knitting slump, and I'm sorry that it's not very inspiring to watch a video about, maybe, but it's not all that it's about. It's just it's actually about my Make 9. Make 9 is where you pick 9 projects that you want to work on in the coming year, and I've actually never made a Make 9 before. Mainly, I think, because I've always had so many works in progress, and I always I've always had a like, I'm just gonna do whatever comes to mind at any given moment. I'm just gonna follow my bliss or whatever. Follow what I feel is right for me in the moment. So making a Make 9 just never made any sense for me before. Like, for me in my crafting life, it never made any sense. But this year I was like, I kind of want to make this. It's much more of sort of like a guideline, as not as much like these are my goals. Actually, if I do have a goal this year, is to do less. Like, maybe I won't like reach that goal, but that's not really a goal, is it? It's just where my starting out point. Like, I don't actually feel the need to do that much this year with this craft. I kind of want new experiences, and that goes for crafting, and that just goes like in life in general. Like, crafting is a wonderful thing, and it's like a positive addition to your life, but it also takes time away from other activities, So my Make 9 is just a collection of projects and little items that I can see myself working on this year. And if I don't get to them, it's fine. And if I feel like doing 10, 20, 30 other things, that's fine too. So first of all, on my Make 9, I have the grayling cardigan. That is a long cabled cardigan, and that is one of the last things that I have brought with me from my 2025 Finish Your Frog list, together with my contrast blast socks, which I have decided to frog. And so, I still love the colors and the yarn, but I just never pick up that project to work on it. So they're getting frogged, and the yarn can marinate in the stash for a later date. And so now I actually only have the grayling cardigan, which is number 1 on my Make 9. I'm not exactly in love with it anymore. I think I started it late 2024, The yarn was a promotional gift from my place of work. I really do love it. It's nice and cushy and fluffy and squishy, and I don't know why. I was just in love with the idea of a long cabled cardigan, and I'm just not anymore. But my plan is to work on it in the coming weeks and see if I can't get it done this winter. And if not, then I'm gonna pack it away, and then I'm probably gonna finish it next autumn/winter. The next one is a new addition. I just sort of this technique just popped into my head. I was like, oh, I've never tried making thrummed mittens before, and I have lots of wool, wool roving that I could use. But then I applied my new approach to crafting, and I thought about, okay, if I start this project, then I have to commit to finishing it. And if I start this project, then that's time spent knitting that I cannot spend on the grailing, which I also want to get done. So then I thought, well, the grailing, I'm not really excited about wearing that, and I could just, push it to the end of the year, or finish it in February or whatever. And the mittens are only gonna take like a few days, a week or so. And yeah, so I thought I started the mittens. If I don't start them now, then I'm not. It's not gonna make any sense to start them in March or whatever. Like the really really thick mittens. And yeah, so I started it, and can't really say I 100% enjoyed the process. Maybe that has just to do with me being in a knitting slump and all, and using the double pointed needles hurt my left ring finger, where the needles were like pushing up against the bone in my finger. It just wasn't really very nice. But then after finishing the first mitten, I just took a couple of days where I didn't really work on it, and then everything was fine. I used the wool roving that was left over from my magical no, from my mystery musical in the rusty color, and I think it created a cute pattern, and these mittens just remind me of a chocolate chip cookie or something, and they are so warm and lovely. And I was just thinking, wow, to have slippers, thrummed slippers, that would just be the dream. That would be so cool. My son, he wanted me to make like gloves with thrums, and I was like, well, I couldn't do that. You would have to walk around with like your fingers spread so wide apart. It just wouldn't be nice. But yeah, maybe I see a pair of thrummed slippers in my future. But I didn't, as I said, I didn't 100% enjoy the process of it. It wasn't because of the thrumming. I think that was kind of fine, doing all of these little floofy bits. Yeah. So those are one thing. And number 3 on the list is a basic black cashmere jumper. I've talked about this before. I treated myself to a sweater's quantity of black cashmere because I had kept to all my goals in 2025, and also back in 2024 I had a goal of not buying any yarn, and which I almost reached. I only bought 3 skeins of cotton merino, which I made a top out of, and that was it for the whole year. And so I treated myself to a sweater's quantity of cashmere. It's like it's a luxury fiber, right? It's like twice as expensive as other nice yarns. It's just, but what I have learned from this year is I really do love the basics. I have been wearing my sweater number 11 light so many times this year. And I want to make a cashmere version, not a version of this. I don't want it to be oversized. I don't want it to be very slim fit. I just want it to be a nice jumper, everyday thing, maybe with a turtleneck. I don't really know which pattern I'm gonna use or if I'm gonna draft one myself. Maybe I'm gonna use this by Line Holme Samsø, the Maria blouse, and then just put a turtleneck on it, or maybe not. But I'm not really sure about the shoulder construction because I don't have very wide shoulders. And I mean, I don't know which size I would make this in. I don't know. Never mind. I don't have to decide right now. But a cashmere jumper is in the cards. Number 4, Kelp by Erica Knight. It's like a distressed tunic. I have the yarn for this as well. I would have loved to do it in like a linen. I think it's a pure linen. It's made in or a linen blend anyway. But I didn't want to spend that much because I was like, okay, I've splurged on the cashmere. Not buying any more yarn. I mean, I work at a yarn store. I have access to yarn. But I mean, I don't need to buy any more expensive yarn right now. I have other things that I would love to spend my money on. So I just got this cheap drops yarn that I thought would work. So I just kind of wanted to make this. I don't really know why. I just thought it would be a little different, and it sort of excites me. I have this book. I love the different textures, especially I think I'm really interested in this distressed type thing right now. And also I have sort of a vision of myself, like an outfit I want to make for this summer where this could be like a part of it, sort of a layering thing. It's cute. The snowflake, that's just, I said to myself a couple of months ago, half a year ago, whatever, that when I was crocheting all these blanket squares and everything last year, I did a lot of crocheting of really large things. I said to myself, maybe I don't want to crochet at all next year. Well, this snowflake has made it onto my list because I did do a couple of these before, and they're kind of quite enjoyable. I like giving them as like little Christmas gifts and stuff, just for ornaments. I think an ornament is really easy to give someone because it's not wearable. It's not something you have to put on your wall all year round. It's just, hey, here's an ornament. You can put it up like a week or a month in a year or whatever. But this particular one, I'm thinking about giving as like a private joke gift for a friend that I'm visiting this summer. So that has a deadline of make this before the end of June. Number 6 is sort of, it doesn't have to be this exact design. It's just like a pair of sleeves. I don't think I have a yarn in my stash that I would want to make this out of, especially not if I want to make it like one color. I mostly have single skeins and scraps and like odd amounts of stuff, but I just see it as like sort of part of this layering situation with the kelp tunic and stuff. So some sort of sleeves might be on the horizon. Then number 7. That's another jokey present. I just saw this pattern once and I thought, I want to make that. It's another crochet thing. So I was planning on making this and giving it to my son at some point. So when he was younger, we went to this market and there was this man making balloon animals. And my son, he got a balloon dog, which he loved. And then it popped. And he was devastated. And of course, we went back to the balloon man. He made him another dog. And he loved it. And it popped. I I think we did go back to that balloon man once more. We must have, because I remember that we brought a balloon dog home. But you know, these balloon dogs, they're not made to last. So, of course, eventually, yeah, what do you say? It didn't die out. It deflated. You say that? Yeah. So I just thought it would be kind of neat to make him a balloon dog that would never pop, even though he might be a bit old for that. But who cares? This is like yarn is my love language. Deal with it. The next one. Illustrated here by the lovely Stephen West, and the, what's it called? The Color Craving Shawl. Doesn't necessarily have to be the Color Craving Shawl, but I chose this picture because I really do love this design, and I have thought about making it in the past. But also, it has this sort of a little because of the large yarn overholds. It has and it's asymmetrical. And so it has this distressed, like loose, whatever look that apparently I'm into right now. And also I wanted to put him here because it's sort of a placeholder as well for the mystery knit along, which I feel less and less that I will be a part of this year, because I really don't have any use for these huge shawls. Yeah, but who knows? I don't have to decide this now. But some sort of shawl, maybe I will gather some of my cotton scraps and over dye them so they're like muddy and murky and witchy, and but I don't know, and then do some sort of like a distressed knit or crochet shawl for me to wear again this summer or something. Lastly, we have the pangolin, and that is another project that I was thinking about, making from my scraps and definitely from stash. It's not a design that I'm particularly excited to knit and wear right now. It's very thick, so it would be very warm, and also it's gonna be a project that's gonna take up a lot of space, because you're gonna use a lot of different colors, a lot of balls of yarn. It's gonna have a ton of ends to weave in. I'm just not in that mindset right now, but I've been thinking about this design a lot, and I have a good acquaintance of mine is also wanting to make it at some point, so we might do a knit along sometime. It's just not gonna be this winter. I don't see it for this winter. I see it maybe for next winter, and maybe this is one of the things that I'm like, well, I've been wanting to make it for a long time, but as time goes on, you just fall out of love with certain things, and that's healthy as well to assess that, just look at this and say, yes, I've been really excited about this, I've loved this, but yeah, I just don't love it anymore, and I just don't see it working for me anymore. But I don't know, I still kind of feel like it could be a thing. I don't know. So those are my loose plans with yarn this year. I also kind of would like to do some more latch hook projects. I do love that. I have made a design in Stitch Fiddle that I would love to do with scrap yarns at some point. Just the last latch hook project that I did really, it gave me a pain in the back that I was weeks to get over. So, yeah, not gonna be right now. What else? I really have enjoyed watching FlossTube. It's just a completely different approach to where I am, like right now with my crafting. these wonderful people who have like 12, 20, 50, 80, maybe 100 works in progress going at once, and some they are like 1% done with, and they're like, oh, if I keep this pace, then I'll be done in like the year 3000 something. It's fascinating to me. It's super fascinating, and I do love, but I do love these projects. I do love cross stitching. It's a completely different hobby. It's much more like focused. It's just something else, and I actually really do enjoy that. So maybe I'll get into that a bit more. A couple of years ago, I did in 2024. I did a lot of diamond painting. I just found out that I really enjoyed that. It was super relaxing to me. For me, it's not very creative. It's like paint by numbers, but it's a very very soothing and relaxing thing for me to do. Just you come home from work, you put some dinner on, and you might sit and watch some YouTube or whatever, and you do a bit of this sticking on the stones on the canvas thing. I really like that. So I think I'm gonna get a little more back into that a little more. And I've been reading more. I've taken up reading again. I have always listened to audiobooks a lot. And when I was younger, I used to read quite a lot. And I love books. I love books. And certain types of books I cannot listen to as audiobooks. I have to get them in through my eyes. Like I have to read the words, I have to have it as a visual thing. And that's something that I have more time to do now, that I don't feel the pressure of all my 20, 25, 30 works in progress, I also want to mend more. I want to get better at mending stuff. I actually do have a mending pile. Maybe we should do a mending video, huh? Yeah, let's do that. I think these are exciting times. So maybe I'm not super excited about my main crafts like knitting, but I'm actually excited to see where it's going, and I'm excited that I've made it to this point, and I'm just not sure where we're going from here, but I think that's cool. I think that's really really cool. So thank you for listening to me. I don't know if I want to say anything else, but if there was anything, then I guess I can just say it in the next video, because I think I have a feeling like my next video is just gonna be like a sit down and talk about what I'm doing and show you what I'm doing in all the different crafts, maybe. Who knows? It's the mystery that's the exciting part anyway, right? Thank you so much for listening and being on this journey with me. I hope that January is treating you well. I hope you feel happy where you are with your crafting and whatever you're doing. And I hope you want to join me for the next one. Take care out there. Bye bye.